Okay, so we will continue to record the feedback for the test one. Okay. So the next question is actually pretty interesting. So we actually see a segment of code. It's public class curry, and there's angled parenthesis with the type T. So this is a generic kind of a class that you try to handle different types of data objects. Okay, and the following instantiation of the class, you have a chicken. So it's a curry class, and it's actually converted to the chicken type. Okay, and then your curry. And what is wrong with the following method if it's inside the curry class? So it's implementation of a method in the curry class that handle the generic data type. Okay, so the first line looks fine because you're handling the generic data type. You said, hey, this is the type T, and the variable's name is called protein. And as soon as you get in and you try to convert the protein to a type or to a chicken, and then you have C and then theta chop. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because based on the definition here, so obviously you try to handle a generic data type, right? You don't want to see is turkey or chicken or duck or some type of bird. That's why you have the T, and because it's a protein, you actually try to call the function chop. Okay, and suddenly here you are converting it to the type chicken. So you do want to be very careful because this here, it says it is inside the curry class. So this is not in the main function that you try to do something that maybe you only instantiate a chicken. Okay, but this is the curry class, which basically means you try to implement a method that can handle the generic data types. So that's why this you should not do. Okay, if it's a generic type of T, once it get in, you just use T to do the generic operation. So now let's see what are the choices. The method is not generic, it only works for the chicken objects. Correct. Why? Because no matter what is in, you're going to convert it to chicken. This may lead to some problem. Okay, so A is correct. The T element needs to be declared at the front of the method header. You don't need to do that because when you define the class, you already put it there. So you don't need to do it in front of the method again. And you don't have to cast the T to chicken. So actually this is also correct because you can directly call the function associated with the generic type T with the variable protein. And obviously D, nothing is not correct. So this answer, the correct answer for this is A and C. Okay. When we grade, we actually manual check this question, and if you choose A or C, and we actually give you the full mark for this question. Okay. Question 8, I was kind of surprised that we need to discuss this question. Okay, which standard stack method may throw an empty collection exception? Okay, when we talk about standard stack operation method, there are only 4 of them. I believe it's push, pop, peek, and is empty. The remaining are just some non-random or non-standard functions. So you should only consider pop, push, and peek. Okay, so the push will not throw an empty collection exception. Maybe it will throw something like a null pointer. So if you have not initiated and you try to push into a pointer of a stack that pointed to null, the push may lead to a null pointer exception, but it will not have an empty collection exception because you're trying to push something in. However, the pop and the peek, you try to extract something out. Of course, the peek is not really trying to extracting things out, but still, these two may lead to the throw of an empty collection exception. Okay, so for this one, you have to choose both B and D to earn the credit, because we say very clearly that choose all that apply. Okay, hope this help you. Okay, I will talk to you in the next video.